Namaskar. Welcome to the lesson number 15 under chapter number 2, analysis methodology. In this lesson, I'm going to explain you the steps in analyzing a birth chart for the Dasa Bhukti Antara predictions and timing of events. This is an important lesson and in which you will have 6 parts, and this is the part number 1. In this part number 1, I'm going to brief the steps involved, and in the remaining parts, I will explain in detail on the each step. The steps in analyzing a natal chart for predictions and timing of event. We can categorize these steps in two major categories. One is preliminary steps and another one is main steps. The preliminary steps in analyzing natal chart, what are they? Step number 1, check the accuracy of the birth time by verifying the important past events or details or the present problem in the birth chart. That is birth time verification or birth time rectification. So accuracy of the birth time has to be checked. That is step number 1. Step number 2, general study on the natal chart and study on the lagna and moon strength. So these, the detailed explanation on these steps I will give in the subsequent parts, but you note down these steps only. What are the steps involved in the preliminary steps? Accuracy of the birth time and general study on the natal chart. These preliminary steps, this is not going to be all the time required, because once we have done it, so irrespective of any event, they are going to be the same only. Okay. Next, the important 5 steps in the analyzing natal chart. Step number 1 in that, event selection. According to the event for which we are going to analyze a chart, we have to select that event in the software. Because in the software, for example, each and every planet will have cuspal lordship, occupying house, and cuspal star lordship and cuspal sublordship houses. These houses will remain the same irrespective of any event. The houses signified by a planet can be favorable for one event and may not be favorable or may be unfavorable for an event. So their favorable houses and unfavorable houses will vary depending on the event. So for our better analysis, the houses signified by the planet, the houses, if they are all colored, according to the favorable and unfavorable houses, that will be easier for our easy identification of the favorable and unfavorable, and also for easier analyzing that planet also. So that is what we have to first, you have to choose the event from the software. Step number 2, studying the self-signification or key planets of all the planets. Once the event is selected, the favorable and unfavorable houses will be colored. And now we have to do the important step, studying the self-significations. Left to right, we have to study from CL to CSL, whether that planet, out of all 9 planets, where this planet is favorable for the event or unfavorable for the event or mixed planet for the event. So that we have to study this very important step. We have to do it, studying the self-significations or key planets of the all planets. Step number 3, studying the destiny of the planet. So we have to, now we are talking about the event. So to know the destiny, so we have to do, before going for the Dasa Bhukti Antara prediction, we have to study the destiny level of the particular house matters. We have to study the destiny. Step number 4, studying the Dasa periods planets and their combined effect. Step number 5, the studying the transit as supportive tool. So first one is the event. Second one is that self-signification of the planet, that is key planet. And third one is we have to check the destiny, because destiny is fixing the limit, and we have to check the Dasa Bhukti periods, and finally we have to check the transit as a support. These are the steps we have to follow one by one. So preliminary steps, step 1, step 2. In the 5 major steps, main steps in analyzing chart, that is have five steps are present. So in the subsequent parts, I will be explaining in detail about each steps. So that will be more useful in identification of the importance of those steps. I hope you understood, and you have to keep in mind that we have to follow these steps without without missing any steps. Then only we can easily identify a planet strength, favorable or unfavorable, not only for the timing of event, but also in giving the dasa, bugdi, antra predictions also. I hope you have understood. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.